Hi, Miss. This is my first evidence for my 10th semester of English semester. Yeah. And I'm going to present the science of invisibility. So this is an article that I took it from a magazine, and I found it like very interesting. So, what do you think? That invisibility can be real? So I'm going to present it like this. I know there are some of us may have found ourselves in a tricky situation, and we are like messing everything up and stuff. So all that we can think is, oh my God, I wish I was invisible now, and so I can get out of this place and stuff. But what if we can like just put some like Harry Potter's cape of invisibility that you put it on and no one can see you? Okay, let's see if that is possible. So, what's invisibility? Okay, invisibility it's a fact that invisibility is just like an optical illusion and not a magical trick. It's something, it's messing up with your eye. Okay, and who it can be, who it can happen is it works with the metamaterials and are this stuff. Well, I'm going to read the definition because it's a little bit technical. So these metamaterials are fabricated compounds that are used to cover up a particular object in order to make the light reflect. This reflecting of the light is explained by Sir John Pendry. That we have to take an eye on this guy because it's like the master of this topic. So Pendry explained this like a stone in a river that we can see that the water can go back and forth and around the stone, and it would never go through it. It would never, yeah, like, well. And so it's the same with invisibility. The light can go like can pass through can can pass through the stone but cannot go inside it. So it's the same with light, and that's what metamaterials are like hiding the object and not like disappearing it. So okay, let's talk about Sir John Pendleton. In 2000, and he made like a research and in name of its college that is called Imperial College of London, and he showed up the possibility that an object could be invisible, and that created like a controversy. Like it made the scientific community doubt on him. Mm, yeah, when he came up with this idea, he had its up and downs because the scientific community won't believe him. But I know they wish they had believed him because, god damn it, he was right. And okay, the cons that it was like it helped him to encourage him and keep going with all this investigation. So he got himself in the need of creating a new material that helped him hide objects. So 1 year later, he began with his investigation. Pendry made a cover a silver ring with a fiberglass material, and it made it invisible, but not like not like we could think it could be, because it was invisible just for the microwave rays, yeah, but it wasn't for the visible light. So for some rays, for some in some situations, it can be invisible, but not to the naked eye. So um, this discovery had obviously his pros and cons. So it it could hide objects from radars, because radars have like a different um, gamma, like a different mm, radars can read a different kind of rays, but the eye, but those are different from the eye. That's why, because it wouldn't it wouldn't as um, invisible for the eyes. Yeah. If the experiment will have worked correctly, it would be like another problem, because it wouldn't be like the invisible cave from Harry Potter. It it would be like a blanket. No one could see you from outside, but you could see them neither. You can see this like if you were a spy, that you're running for your life, and you have to hide like immediately, and you just go invisible, and okay, no one can see you, but you can see them neither. So as far as we know, invisibility hasn't been reached yet, but the investigation kept going, just like David Smith did. And thanks to his work and this guy Sir John Pendry work, we can nowadays it's a fact that materials are real, and it can help to reach invisibility. But there's a path to make them work, a long path. So the goal that Smith is trying to get, it's invisibility, obviously, but he is helping himself with nanotechnology. He thinks that he can find invisibility with nanotechnology. So I think it can work. It makes sense. And okay, with the results of all of this investigation from Pendry and Smith, there's no like a real use for them, but these both scientists hopes that it will find like a usage sooner or later, because with the laser it could, and someone could find a purpose for the laser like 10 years before it was discovered. So they hope they can do something with the stuff that they had discovered. So no, I know like all these scientists that have worked so hard with all this stuff wish they just live in Hogwarts, and they could and they could save all this hard work by just like putting on the cape and, oh, I'm invisible now. But no, they have to try harder, I think. So I like to think that in the future we can make something invisible. But think about it. For example, all of this research have been financed, like have been paid by the U.S. government, because they wanted to use it in war, and God knows what they want to do with that. So it can have his pros again and his cons, but it could be like a huge step for the humanity. For like when the man first put a step on the moon, like that. So that's it, I think. Yeah.